everybody. My name is Kristen Siliberto. I'm a contributor and columnist for Scribe magazine, and welcome to Scribe Talks. Today, I'm speaking with the one and only Academy Award-winning screenwriter, Florian Zeller. Yeah, this is a pretty big exclusive interview, so I'm so happy I got to speak with him today. He's got a brand new movie out, y'all. It's called The Sun, and it's due out in theaters January 20th. So you're going to have to go check that out, because this stars the superb Hugh Jackman, who's nominated for a Golden Globe for his performance. He plays a guy, a father named Peter. He has a busy life. He has a brand new partner in his life. She's played by Vanessa Kirby, who stars as Beth. They have a baby, and then they are thrown into this crazy mix of when Peter's ex-wife, Kate, shows up with their teenage son, Nicholas. And I must say that Kate is portrayed by Laura Dern, sensational Laura Dern, and this is an emotional film that looks at important themes. So I am so happy I got to speak with Florian today. Huge honor, and let's cut to the interview. Hello, it's such an honor and pleasure to be speaking with a great talent like yourself. So thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to speak with me. I can't tell you how excited I am today. So to be speaking with you. And I must say congratulations on all the hard work you've done with your career. I mean, especially with The Father and how many lives you were able to get focused and right with, if I'm saying the words correctly. Like, you were able to connect with a lot of audiences, I must say. So, and that film just wrecked me. And this film wrecked me again. When I went to see it, it brought me to tears. So talk about your process and your storylining process, because I've seen a couple of your interviews and you have a certain process in the way that you do it. Is that correct?
I mean, I come from theater. I'm French, as you can hear. I come from theater, so I've written several plays over the years. And a few years ago, I had this strong conviction that I wanted to make a film based on my play, The Father. And so I did it with Anthony Hopkins. And when I started that process, I knew that if I had the opportunity to do another film, because it's never granted, I would do The Sun, which is another of my plays. And this is the film that we are talking about, because it was a story that I really wanted to tell. And also I thought that it was a story that needed to be told. And it comes from that experience when we did the play in Paris in the first place. I was really surprised and moved to see the response of the audience. I mean, people were waiting for us after every performance to tell their own story, to share their own story. It was really, really special. And they were like, as if they were saying, I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
The story is about a father trying to help his own son, who is 17 years old and going through depression, and he doesn't know how to do that. And I felt after these performances that so many people knew what it means, to be in a position as parents when you do not know anymore what to do. And there are so much guilt, so much shame, so much ignorance about mental health issues that I really wanted to tell that story and to open a conversation. And my way to do it was to make that film. And
it's a really great film, I must say. So I want to talk about Hugh Jackman because he's just phenomenal. I know he's nominated tonight, so hopefully he'll win something for it. And I must say, how did you guys connect? Because I was reading in the press notes, he chased the project down. That's how, he was on board with this project. So I got to know about what it was like with working with him.
It's an unconventional process. I was just starting the process of dreaming about who could be, in this film when I received a letter from him. He knew that I was working on the adaptation of The Sun. He knew the play, and he saw my previous film, The Father. And so in that letter, he said, if you're already in conversation with someone else, please forget my letter. But if not, I would love to have 10 minutes just to let you know why I should be the one to do this film. And I was very moved and surprised to receive that letter, because it's not very conventional, and also what it means in terms of honesty, humility, courage also.
Yeah, definitely.
And of course, I was really excited to hear what he has to say. So we met on Zoom, and I saw this man as if he was not the actor looking for a part, looking for a performance. It was, I had access, or gave me access to the man he is, and how he was connected to that story as a father or as a son. And I felt strongly that, he had all the emotions in himself deep down, and the work with him would be just about exploring something truthful that he has in himself. And it takes a lot of courage, for an actor not to feel protected by a character, but to dare exploring who you are deeply as a man. And I knew that he would have this courage and this availability, in a way, artistic availability. So I offered him the role right away. And it was the best decision ever, because the process of working with him was really, really impressive to me and extraordinary. He's such an extraordinary actor, of course, but also human being. He's an extraordinary human being. And for that film, it was so relevant, because it's about a father who is such a loving father, a caring father, and still he doesn't know how to help his son. And this is this feeling of importance that I wanted to explore. When you do not know what to do, even though you love someone, you have the best intention, and sometimes love is not enough.
Yeah, and you do a really great job helping you explore that in the film, and you bring on other great cast of characters from like Laura Dern, and just the scene that the two of them have on the end. Oh my gosh, is that absolutely emotional? But then Anthony Hopkins appears, so I gotta know what that connection is also like, because you worked with him for The Father. What's it like with that talent? And it must be rewarding, right? Knowing that he comes back to work with you.
Yes, I mean, I adore him, and we had like a strong, journey together, doing The Father, and then it was COVID, so we didn't see each other's for like 2 years, and I really wanted to work with him again. So to be honest, when I wrote the script, the very, very, very first person who read the script is Anthony Hopkins, before anyone around me. And I sent him to him, and he read it like 3 hours later. And he called me 3 hours later saying, "Oh, I want to do it. I want to be that character." Aww. And so it was very joyful for me, because I really wanted to share. To make a film, it's such an emotional journey.
Absolutely.
And so when we were back on set together, it was the first time for him to be back on set since COVID, and it was the first time for us to meet again in person since The Father. So it was a really emotional moment, and he's so good in general, but he's so good in the film. So I was so happy to have him around.
Absolutely. Just the two, like I said, the two scene where the two of them are in that like argument, like where that tension is really in there. And this is just part of a trilogy. Are you going to work on The Mother next, knowing that you brought that as a play to New York? Is that going to be a film at some point?
I don't know. I like the idea of a trilogy. For example, I love this, nothing to do with it, but I love this Polish director, Kieslowski, who did this trilogy, Red, Blue, White. Intellectually, I love the idea of a trilogy, when you have stories that are not, that just slightly connected, so that you have to question as an audience the conversation or the connection between these stories, these characters. I think it puts you in a position as a viewer that I think is very rewarding. It's like an active position, and you have to make it work by yourself, to look for the meaning by yourself. But I don't know if I will do the mother. I'm still with the son.
Yeah.
I need to just to let the film lives its own life, to have more room in my brain to know what I want to do next. I don't know yet.
You don't know yet, but do you have a dream project that you do want to work on that's outside of that realm?
No yet. No yet. I think I'm looking for it. To be honest, everything that I have written almost was connected to actors. I really love actors. And for example, I wrote the script for Anthony Hopkins. Most of my plays, I wrote them with an actor in mind.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm looking for the actor that I would love to work with or to write for next.
Is there an actor you have in mind? Or
Maybe,
is it just anybody?
No, it's not anybody. I'm starting to dream, because everything starts with a dream when it comes to
Exactly. And for our website, Scribe Magazine, we have a lot of screenwriters and poets and short story writers. What do you have as in terms of advice for a writer with adapting a screenplay or getting their poem into turning that into a screenplay? What advice can you share with them?
I don't know, to be honest. I would say maybe the only advice is not to listen to any advice, but to listen to what you have in your heart and in your deep down, There is no truth, there is just energy and conviction. And for example, I would say that The Father, it took me years to make that happen,
Mm-hmm.
It was very difficult, even to finance, even when I had Anthony Hopkins on board. So it was difficult. But the fact that things are difficult is good, I would say, because it questions your necessity, it questions your desire, and it's a good journey. It's a difficult one, but it's a rewarding and profound one. So I think it would be about never giving up, but always doubting.
I love that. I love that. I love that. But I'll just wrap this up quickly and just say thank you so much for your time. Like I said, it was an honor to be speaking with you today, and I'm excited to see more of your work because you are just a great writer as well as a director. So I can't wait.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Once again, I want to thank Florian for taking the time out of his busy schedule to speak with me. It was an absolute honor. And y'all, you need to go check out The Sun, available in theaters starting January 20th. And that's going to be all for today. Be sure to check out Scribe Mag and subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all next time.